So like I said, max effort upper body today, one of my favourite training days, bench being one of my most competitive lifts. So we're going to be focusing on a bench 2 rep max to a 3-inch board. Now I know a lot of people who maybe want to try and train a conjugate style, can't do board presses because they don't have bench boards. A really good tip for you is most gyms have these yoga boards, which nobody knows what they're for, but they're really good for is you put the shirt, like so, and then you bench onto the yoga box. That's what we're going to be using today for the 3-inch board. Really good way of adding height to your bench if you want to do board presses but don't have boards in the gym. So we're going to get started and see how we get on. So we've worked up to 100, warming up out the board. We're going to go to 120 now. We're going to start adding the board, doing 2 reps, and I'm just going to see how I can get. If you do have a big advantage today, I don't know if you can see in this bench, there's a gap in here, so it does limit the setup a little bit. We shouldn't make too much of a difference. We're still going to be aiming for 160, 170 kind of area. You might see in the warm-ups, the bar just catching the pins, they're just set. We've not got a spotter, so if anything does go wrong, we can get the bar back in the pins. But once we've got the board in, that won't be a problem, because obviously the bench should be coming higher than it is to the chest. So we'll start getting on with the actual work. Unfortunately, the gym got really busy. There was a class on, so I wasn't able to do any more talking to the camera part. So I'm just going to do a voiceover and talk you through the exercises. So this is the first set with the board in, 120 kilos, feeling nice and easy. I do apologise for all the belly that's on the shirt, so obviously that is unavoidable in doing this. So after that we jumped 20 kilos and went to 140, which again felt really nice, really easy. Yeah, these sets were feeling really good. As you can see, nice, steady, smooth reps, which is really good. Then moved on to 150, so this is the first set where we put my belt on, which covers a bit of the belly, so it's a t-shirt riding up, which is probably good for you guys watching. Again, yeah, 150 felt really nice. Like a couple of months ago, like 150s, 160s were feeling hard, and now they're just feeling like, which is really good. We're then jump on to a 160. You can see how that goes. I'm shaking a bit there, which means I'm not engaging my lats enough or I'm a little bit weak at the moment, so that's something for me to work on. Second rep felt a little bit harder than this one, so we went on to the 170 kilos. So like I said, we're aiming for about 160 or 170 for the double. Here's the attempt at 170. So we unrack the bar, unrack wasn't perfect. Again, arm shaking a little bit, come down. Press was slow, didn't feel like I was going to fail, but then just lost my setup a little bit on the second bit and decided not to go for it. So as you can see here, also do have online training available if you're interested. The next exercise we went on to was Pinpress, so we're going to do 165 here, we then did 2 sets of 3 at 160 after that. Pinpress is an exercise that I find really weird. Some days I can get into the gym and I can do like really heavy weights. Other times I come in and it's not so, doesn't work quite as well. But not feeling bad here. It's still a fair weight, especially after what we were lifting beforehand. And again, like on the bench, it's quite hard to feel set. So you can see I'm like resetting myself quite a bit throughout this set. Also, the bar was trying to run away a little bit down the pins, so I did have to keep setting the bar as well, which doesn't help. Next we went on to one of the most, basically the best exercises you can do on the bench, which isometrics. So what we're doing here is pushing the bar into the pin so it can't move. We're using maximal force, pushing it in for 30 seconds, did 3 sets of this. I honestly think this has been one of the reasons my bench is so good at the moment. We then went on to some custom made pronos basically on the bench. Not the perfect setup, a little bit of a decreased range of motion, having to bring the bar down to the ground every time as well. But it's still better than not doing it at all. Still got that pump in the back, could really feel the back muscles working, which was nice. We then went on to lat pull downs, again just using the normal cable machine on my knees, so again not necessarily the perfect setup but really worked. My lats a couple of days later really felt the work. Again just having to reset there, as you can see it's not necessarily the perfect setup to be doing. But yeah, like I say, I could really feel it in my lats. I did 20 reps in this one, I believe, and then dropped down to 10 for the other 4 sets. Again, lats, like I said, arms are shaking, using those lats aren't engaged properly. Then went on to one of my favourite exercises, pen lay row. As I've said in videos before, I like to use a bench grip on my pen lay row. So I'm really focused on just using those back muscles to get the bar moving. So yeah, really like doing pen lay rows. I found them really effective, and doing that bench really helps to have a good crossover to my bench. And then did 5 sets and 5 on tricep rollbacks to 25 kilos. Really pushing these now. This is some like the heaviest weights I've ever done on tricep rollbacks, and they're feeling really good. So really great exercise. We then went on to some Tate press. Now Tate press again is another fantastic exercise. Really good for engaging those triceps, working them well, be at the lookout of the bench. Just got to make sure you really squeeze the triceps at the top, doing them 17.5 here, 3 sets of 10. So yeah, again, really good. Really like to get my triceps nice and worked. You can tell they've worked well from these workouts because I was sore a couple of days after. So I was really happy with that. We then go on to table hammer curls. Now these are mainly to release any tension in the bicep, and this is what I finished off with. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and let me know if you want to.